Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Fiery Moon, and I'm here to do the weekly reading. This is for all zodiac signs. It is not specific to any zodiac sign. And it's just to see and check on the energy that is at play for us for this week. We will have the new moon tomorrow, which is the new moon in Taurus. So, we'll have the sun in Taurus and the moon in Taurus. We now have Venus and Mercury in Gemini. Mars is in Cancer. Jupiter is supposed to be moving into Pisces. I'm not sure if it's happened yet. I think it's within the next few days, if it isn't there already. Saturn is still in Aquarius. Uranus is in Taurus. Neptune is still in Pisces, and Pluto is still retrograde in Capricorn. So, there's a lot of, earth energy at play. We do have, a little bit of water. Air is heavy right now. So, if you know your personal chart, I would take a look and see where this energy is playing out in the houses for you. But other than that, I have decided to cut the spiel. Because if you've, been watching my channel, you know it. And, all I have to say is, take what resonates and leave the rest. Know your story, and if it's not for you, it's not for you. Don't try to force it. Don't try to fit it. Don't try to make it your story. If it resonates, take the messages that come through for you, and if not, get rid of it. So we're going to be starting out with the I don't know why I have such a hard time saying this word, empowering questions deck. I'll then be using the spell casting deck, and I will be using the Morgan Grid Tarot. So, let's see. You guys know I love this deck. Because it may, there may be something that we need to ask ourselves, and regardless of whatever situation you may find yourself in, during this week, there may be something that you need to ask yourself that can give you, a little bit more clarity on your situation. Maybe, it'll help you gain a new perspective, or try, maybe assist you with seeing something, from, the other side. So that's why I decided to start out with this deck. Okay, already acting up. So in regards to the collective and the energies surrounding us for this week, what empowering question might we need to ask ourselves in regards to any situation you may be facing right now? What messages do we need? What question might we need to ask ourselves as we move through this energy of this week? I will be doing a new moon video that'll be out tomorrow. And you guys know, depending on what comes out, it may, tie into this reading, since this is the weekly. But, let's see what comes out. I'm going to do one more. And we'll see what's going on. Alright, so what empowering question do we need for this week in regards to the collective and the energy? So we have two. And the first one says, if this was my last day, would I be satisfied with my life? What would I have done differently? And then the other one says, what advice on life would I give myself if I was a mother and wished nothing but happiness for my child? Wow, especially coming out of, this Mother's Day weekend, I am, just feeling an energy, especially off of this question. Like, it's almost like asking, like, would you or do you have, any regrets? And if so, what, could you have done different that would maybe have changed that? What would you do different if you were able to change that? And the energy coming off of this card in regards to the advice you would give yourself if you were a mother and wish nothing but the best for your child is asking, like, how can I put it? Like, what I'm feeling is, a lot of us have to learn how to, parent ourselves, regardless of whether you came from, a two-parent home, a broken home. As we evolve, and get older, we become the parents to ourselves. So what advice, would you give yourself if you had to parent yourself? And also, like, if you were a parent, like, there's a lot of things as a mom that I wasn't told about as a child. A lot of things, were not shown to me as a child. And as a mom, and a dad too, where, we naturally are protective over our kids. But we also, as parents have to protect ourselves too. So, it's almost like whether, even if you're not a parent, what advice could you give yourself if you truly wanted to be happy? Like, I know for me, it's, always be, honest. Always just, and that's just one of the top things for me. I don't know why I'm getting like, expressing yourself. And that's something that I tell my daughter is, don't hold your feelings in because they'll make you burst. Always voice your opinion, no matter what it does. Like, speak your truth. Follow what you feel. It's a lot, but this is something that you may need to ask yourself. Like, would you be happy with the life that you've lived? And what advice would you give for yourself if you give to yourself if you wish nothing but happiness to your child? I like it. And then the bottom of the deck says, what is my gift to the world? Because we all have gifts. We all came here to, and that was the purpose of us, coming here, is to, share your gift with the world, whatever it is, whether you feel that it's something big or something small. But at first you have to find out what it is. And the only way that you can do that is by, almost, like what I feel the cards are saying is doing what you feel is right to do, and advising yourself on that. I like it. So I'm going to use the spellcasting deck as the guidance or advice. Ooh, we're going to dig this out a little deeper. With the tarot. Let's see what's going on. So advice do we need in regards to the collective and the energy that is surrounding this week? What messages of guidance, healing, truth, love, wisdom, understanding, acceptance do we need in regards to the energy for the week, for the collective? What messages do we need? Do we need for the collective and regards to the energy that surrounds us for this week? I'm feeling like there's, a lot of childhood energy, so like I said, it doesn't matter what type of childhood you have, and that's not to make light of any situation that you may have had, but it is almost like we all have childhood trauma. So how can you almost use that trauma as a stepping stone instead of almost like a crutch in a way? How can you use that to, like I said, as a stepping stone to push you up, to climb the ladder, instead of letting it, be a fallback or an excuse for why you may not have done what you wanted to do, or why you chose, to let it push you in a way. What advice can you give yourself to allow whatever you went through to spring you forward and not keep you back? What messages do we need? Week in regards to the collective. Do one more and then we're going to jump right in. Alright, so bottom of the deck we have the Four of Pentacles, which, speaks to, holding back, holding on. to me, the Four of Pentacles is also like kind of like a hoarding energy. And it doesn't have to be the hoarding of physical things. It could be the hoarding of feelings, the hoarding of thoughts, the hoarding of emotions. So, you know, maybe you're holding on to something, or someone's holding on to you, or you're holding, you know, take it how it resonates. But whatever it is that you're holding on to with the Ten of Wands behind it is like a burden. Whether, you know, the Ten of Wands is looked at as, you know, everything that you've brought with you, from the Ace all the way through the Nine of Wands, all of the stuff that you've collected along your way, that, you know, it's too heavy. And it's almost like, especially with the Four of Pentacles, it's like you could, you know, it could be a protection mechanism, and that's fine, but it's also blocking you from being able to receive anything else. Because, you know, with strength coming out under that, maybe it gives you, you know, the sense that you have control over it. Or, you know, you're trying to control it with the Strength card. But mentally, it's becoming taxing with the Nine of Swords. You feel, you know, stuck. And you see, like, the hands are, you know, bound together. Like, and, you know, it's all of these thoughts that are, you know, running through your head in regards to, you know, almost like an energy of like excuses in a way. That's what I feel. So let's see what comes out though. I'm trying not to get so lost in the bottom of the deck. So let's see what comes out. That's fast. That showed up in the reverse, so that's how I'm going to read it. Messages do we need in regards to this energy for the week? Wow, wow, wow. This is deep already, and I haven't even showed you guys the cards, just from what I feel on this board right now. Wow. All right, so what came out? We have the Emperor, the Two of Cups, and the Page of Cups. And up under that, we have the High Priestess. Then we have the Five of Cups. And the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Queen of of Pentacles in reverse. And then we have Justice and the Queen of Swords. Bottom of the deck, we have the Empress. And what made me have the reaction that I had is because the way, like, I'm looking at the board, look at this. We have the Emperor and the Empress. And it's just the way, like, you can even see in the cards how he's looking at her. But what I'm feeling, jumping into the reading. Now, this could be, you could be the Emperor or the Empress. Depending on, you know, whether you resonate more with the masculine energy or the feminine energy, you place it where it goes for you. But with the Emperor and the Two of Cups, now you may have, if you're the Emperor or the masculine energy, could have, you know, almost turned your back on a connection. You guys see that? Or you're looking to create this connection of the Two of Cups with this Empress. Now, this could be something that has already happened. It could be happening now, or this is to come. But with the Page of Cups, which is looked at as, you know, like an emotional offer of love or communication, it's almost like now you want to pour into this connection between the Emperor and the Empress. Because as the High Priestess, you have either there's some hidden emotions. This can also be your intuition. We're gonna clarify this to see exactly what it is. But it could be, you know, it's a lot of water out here. No lie. But with the High Priestess, you know, it's also hidden knowledge. But like I said, it's your intuition. It could be hidden feelings. But you know, the High Priestess is, you know, a knowing energy. But it also could represent, like, you know, silence. So maybe, you know, whatever this Two of Cups is, if you turned your back on it, it's like you want to, you know, invest in it now. You know, give an emotional offer towards the connection with this Empress. And the High Priestess is saying, like, the connection is kind of like a silence, like almost there's no communication between the two, which could, you know, explain why, like, the focus is, you know, from the Emperor to the Empress. Like, I feel like a fixated energy from the Emperor to the Empress. Here. But with the Five of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune, the Five of Cups, you know, represents regret, which was, you know, the energy I was feeling off of this questions card. Like, there could have been some regret over, you know, maybe you didn't offer, and because you see the, you know, or emotionally invest in this Two of Cups, because you see the Three Cups here, but the Two of Cups is behind, and there's 3 cups between the two and the Page. And you could have some, you know, some regrets about it. you know, not emotionally investing, and, you know, seeing how, you know, like I said, the connection, you know, either, I almost feel like a frozen energy, because I feel like there's an icing out with this high priestess energy. But, you know, it's like what you're not seeing is the Two of Cups is still there. And with the Wheel of Fortune, you know, coming in, the Wheel of Fortune is looked at as, you know, like divine timing. And I never even noticed, as many times as I use this deck, there is a man and a woman on the Wheel of Fortune. And he has the Ace of Cups, which between the 2 and the Page is the Ace. Wow. So whatever, you know, the regret is, or if there is any regret or disappointment or sadness, it's time to, you know, turn it around. Now, this Queen of Pentacles, you know, depending on how you're resonating, this could be you. This could be the Empress energy as well. But, you know, I feel like the feminine energy, if this is another person, has decided to almost retract her energy, which would confirm the silence that I'm feeling with the High Priestess. And as the masculine, you know, you could be feeling that. But if this is, you know, just the masculine and feminine energy within you, it's almost like there's a fear of emotion, connecting with your emotions. And as the Page of Cups is something that you need to do. You need to invest in the emotions of your masculine and your feminine side. And it's almost like you regret not investing in the feminine side of yourself, which is, you know, the emotions and feelings. Because in order to have balance, you have to be balanced in both. And it's almost like you may even be seeing like how you neglected to, you know, invest emotionally into yourself, taking into account what you feel. And, you know, the Queen of Pentacles is looked at as like, you know, a motherly energy. She's very nurturing, practical, stable, secure, grounded. And, you know, in the reverse, it's ungrounded, unstable, unnurturing, you know. And, you know, for some of you, this could actually be like the mother figure, you know, that you've had, or, you know, anyone that plays that part. Or it could just be, you know, feminine energy that you attract, but it comes from you not investing this energy within yourself. But now with Justice and the Queen of Swords, it's almost like you're becoming, you know, privy to this energy within yourself, or this energy between you and, you know, this Empress energy. Because, you know, the Empress is all the queens in one. So this could also be the Empress too, who's, you know, because if this is playing out between you and another person, she's, you know, the feminine energy has stopped investing in this connection. Because now she is seeing clearly as this Queen of Swords. You know, she may have, you know, enforced some boundaries, you know, but it's like the feminine energy is, you know, standing in her truth. And, you know, it's like rightly so with the Justice card here. And normally, I didn't even notice this either. Normally in a Justice card, the scales are balanced. So if this is all within you, it's almost like you have to, you know, balance out this feminine energy within yourself, because the scale is tipped, you know, and it's almost like the masculine energy is weighing it down. and you need more feminine energy to balance it out. So however this goes for you, and like I said, it's almost, if this is all you and it doesn't have anything to do with anything else, just like it says, what advice would I give myself if I was a mother and wanted nothing from the best and wished nothing but the best for wish nothing but happiness for my child? And it's almost like you have to, be, even if, some of us didn't have parents, whatever the situation is, it's almost like, how can you start mothering, nurturing, caring for yourself? Because without that, you're always going to feel this emotional lack. And, keep turning your back on situations that are very balanced for you. And with, like I said, with the universe here, it's almost, the universe, because in some decks, oh my God, the universe. The universe is coming in with divine timing through the Wheel of Fortune energy, which could also be because Jupiter is like the planet of, luck and gifts and all of that. This could be the energy of what you may experience when Jupiter goes into Pisces, because that's water, and there we got water here, clearly. And the High Priestess could be, Pisces energy or Cancer energy. But it's almost like, it's giving you if you're living, especially in this Five of Pentacles energy or Five of Cups energy, the Wheel of Fortune is also coming in, as this first card says, if this was my last day, would you be satisfied? Clearly, the Five of Cups is showing that you're not satisfied, but what could you have done differently? So the Wheel of Fortune is also could be coming in to, give you a chance to, this cycle to do it the right way, because you'll be seeing clearly. You won't be in this ungrounded Queen of Pentacles and reverse energy. If this is all you, and if it's playing out with another person, it's like you're now seeing this other person in their entirety and seeing the balance, where maybe before you didn't see it. You may have felt it, but you due to things that you may have went through, it's almost like you didn't believe with the High Priestess energy. Because now you're wanting to, come in as this King of Pentacles. More, it's slow and steady, but it is, grounded energy. Or this could be the regret you have for, not moving forward. Or if you were, taking your time, like almost dragging your feet type energy. But especially with the Emperor now, as you're showing up, the Emperor takes action. It's fire energy. Ready to go. And walk away from this Five of Cups energy as the Eight of Cups. Because it was keeping you stuck and blocking you from this new beginning of the Ace of Wands. But again, it's like it could have been something that, you consciously, or, the Two of Swords can be really tricky because it's something that you don't want to look at, but it could also be you, like unconsciously using, this Four of Pentacles as, like I said, a protection mechanism to protect your heart. You see both cards, everything is covering up the heart, but you have two swords. All you have to do is use one sword to cut off the blindfold. And you could have been at a stalemate too with the Two of Pentacles, not knowing whether to open up as the Four of Pentacles, or just keep carrying along as you were with the Ten of Pentacles, but it's heavy. It's heavy. So let me just put these back. And we're going to clarify the High Priestess. What's the High Priestess? Why is the High Priestess here? Yep. So the High Priestess is coming through as basically like your intuition and your knowing. Like knowingly blocking out your intuition. Whatever your intuition was trying to tell you, you were blocking it out and staying stuck as the Hanged Man. Because it was, you know, almost like with the Six of Pentacles, you felt that, you know, it was safe. It didn't require you to give emotionally. Practically, you could have invested, but emotionally, because you felt like the balance had to be practical also. So you stay stuck, but it's like there's gonna be, if it hasn't started, you know, that's energy that you need to transform with the Death card. Your perspective on, you know, balance, true balance. And that's why, you know, I also feel that Justice is here to help cut you down out of this stagnation and the perspective that you have. Tell me about the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So we have the Eight of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. Clarifying that. So it was like, yeah, it was almost like energy that I feel, especially with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, because the Eight of Wands, or excuse me, the Eight of Pentacles is, you know, looked at as like hard work, or, you know, even putting in the work. And what it's saying is like, it's like almost as the Three of Wands, now you're seeing that you need to put the work in on you. Or you need to work on turning this energy around, because now it's, you know, coming into your awareness of, even if you were like a unmothered child, or you came from a mother that, you know, wasn't grounded or stable, or if you just weren't nurturing to yourself, you may have nurtured others. We've seen the Six of Pentacles, which is that given energy to others, but maybe it wasn't reciprocated to you. So it's now your, you know, your duty to put that work in for yourself, because now it's being brought into your awareness. You're looking out at this and you're like, you know, I have to be the parent that I never had. Or this could also be looked at, you know, like as avoidance, you know, where you're only focused on the practical things. But like I said, especially still with the Three of Wands, it's coming into your focus now. You're seeing it. It's coming into view for you of how you could have been actually, you know, doing a disservice to yourself, because the Queen of Pentacles is in reverse. And then at the bottom, like I said, it could be with the Three of Wands, like something coming into view. You could be having like a sudden realization through this Tower. And it's showing you, you know, the, you know, toxicity or the negativity or bad habits that you've had against yourself. And if this is, you know, another person, it could have been like almost like toxic relationships you've had with this person, even if it's not, you know, that Empress energy. It could just be this type of feminine energy that you always were attracted to, not realizing that it was something that came, you know, something that was rooted in you from childhood. And it's almost like this energy is showing up now to help you, like, disintegrate that toxic pattern or trait or behavior that you have within yourself. Because it's like you almost got content in it. Like you were willing to sit in, you know, those emotions with what you had, and every time something, you know, new was trying to come in for you, you would like shield yourself. You see how he's covered in the leaves. You would shield yourself, and especially with it being trees, it's like in that earth energy. We've seen the Four of Pentacles, and it's definitely something from childhood that you learned in regards to how you connect, because from the 4 to the 6 is the 2. And especially with, like I said, the new moon that we have, which is, you know, the beginning of the new cycle, it's going to be, you know, it may come up for you then to shine some light, but it's also coming in with temperance to balance you out. And we all know temperance trumps the devil. And that you're seeing now that you need to move away from it. As the Hermit, you're being shown that you need to, you know, hop on the boat and just go. Leave these turbulent feelings behind. The 6 of Cups and the 4 of Cups. Or, you know, the 4 of Cups and the 5 of Cups. So let's take a look at the Wheel of Fortune to see where you're going, you know, because that's, you know, Spirit trying to move you forward in this new cycle. Tell me about the Wheel of Fortune. Give me one more. One more, please. Oh, wow. Alright, so the Wheel of Fortune is pushing you towards, we got the Ace of Wands, which is a new beginning, a new start. And out of this 5 of Wands energy, this internal conflict, this internal struggle, and you know, period of stagnation as the Hangman. But also look at where it's pushing you as well. Again, now this is either towards an actual Empress in your life, you know, whether you know them or not, or this is pushing you towards the feminine energy within yourself. Because you're turning your back and ready to explore something new as the Page of Wands, and, you know, leaving any past, you know, situations that was the 3 of Swords from you. You're turning your back on it. And you may, like, it's almost like if this Empress is another person for you and it's not your own feminine energy, or even if it is, it's like they're counterparts. So it's like you're coming there, you know, you're being pushed towards this energy, which is going to, you know, bring in the balance with the Justice card. So it's almost like, you know, the masculine energy is being pushed towards the feminine to help, like, almost elevate that energy. Because it's almost like I see too where like as the Emperor, you were like emotionally, you know, turning your back on balance, you know, connections that will come, you know, in your life, or that would be in your life, because it was like you were emotionally immature. As the Page of Cups. Or you were attracting like immature, you know, partners, which ended up causing you to, you know, turn your back on, you know, the connections, because they weren't where you were. So now you're looking for someone that's almost, you know, on your level, on the same playing field as you, emotionally, mentally, physically, and like spiritually, showing up as the Emperor and the Empress, because the Empress is all the queens, the Emperor is all the kings. The next step after Emperor and Empress is, what is it? The High Priest, the High Priestess, and the Magician, because it goes the 1 and the 2. The Magician is the masculine, the High Priestess is the feminine. Then you go 3 and 4, the Empress and the Emperor. And then you have all of the other suits and, you know, the deck, all the other couples after that. Wow. So this week, there, you know, there may be, especially with Jupiter going into Pisces. And again, we have Jupiter and Pisces here with the Hanged Man. Energetically speaking, not speaking about the signs, just the energy of Pisces and Jupiter is what I'm referring to. Because, you know, it leaves a gift. You know, every time a planet transits to another sign, it leaves you a gift. And it's like you could be shown what this gift is, and you may be seeing it through this Empress energy. But the gift is that the 2 of Cups is still there. You just you're not seeing it because your intuition is blocked right now. But trust me, and this is crazy too, like I just seen this, with your intuition being blocked here, once Jupiter goes into Pisces, this is where you'll be. Justice and the Queen of Swords. Cannot make this shit up. So let's get the guidance or advice. And that'll be that. I'm liking this energy. And it's almost like now, like it says, what is your gift to the world? Like looking at this card right up under the Emperor and Empress. And it's sharing. Sharing. Sharing yourself. Look at this. Offering in emotionally. Balanced. Whether it's to yourself or, you know, your masculine and feminine energy within you or with another person. Wow. So let's see. What's the guidance or advice in regards to this energy and spread for this collective, for this week? I know that it doesn't even have to be a romantic relationship. It could be a friendship. It could be family. You know, it could be going on at work for some of y'all. But it's ultimately the lesson of the connections that you have and why they may play out the way that they play out. What guidance or advice do we need? Because this energy could easily also be getting reflected back to you through someone. And it's like, damn, you only attracted it because it was within you too. But like I said, once you become privy to something, you can only, it's like almost your duty to do better once you become privy to it. Because staying ignorant to it is just going to cause the cycle to, you know, keep going, especially if you're choosing to stay ignorant to it. But it's only you that locks yourself in that and stays stuck. This is something that you do to yourself. So what guidance or advice do we need? And look at the energy and spread. And it could also be like a lack of confidence with that Queen of Pentacles energy. So you need to work on, you know, having confidence. What's the guidance? Yep. So at the bottom of the deck we have peace. So that's just saying that, you know, the situation, you will find peace in the situation, or you need to make peace with like almost your past. Look, you know, Spirit, thank you, because let me tell you, like I tell y'all all the time, like, you cannot make this shit up. And before I even looked at the card that was under it, I was just getting ready to say, you know, make peace with your past so that as you move forward, you know, you're dropping, we've seen the Ten of Wands, you're dropping that burden so that you can receive. And look at what was up under peace. New beginning. And then up under that, prosperity. And this is where I'm going to stop, because it all comes from you. And Spirit's like, no, you ain't. It all comes from you standing in your authenticity. Ooh. Oh. Truth. This here. Doing what's right, knowing what's right, and doing what's right as well. And you have support. Your spirit guides are here to support you in doing this, because it's all for your well-being. So for the majority of you, I feel like this is all you. I don't even feel like it has anything to do with anyone else. I feel that, you know, for most of you, this is all your masculine and feminine within yourself. And for some of you, it, you know, is with you and another person. But it's almost like y'all are coming together almost to raise the vibration. And it's almost like show people. I feel like you're going to be showing this to the world in a way. Like people are going to be able to see what a balanced connection looks like. When two people are vibing on the same frequency, exchanging the same, it's an even give and take. Because a lot of us don't come from that. A lot of us come from single parent homes, whether it was, a single mom or a single dad. We didn't get to see, actual what the product of the environment would have been, having two parents in it, wanting it, and working for it together. And not to say like, that our parents didn't love each other or there wasn't love there at a point, but what happens when that love is ongoing and continuing, and it doesn't, it's not, the home doesn't get broken up. Ooh, that was just confirmation. Like, girl, you speaking that truth, but it, that's just confirmation. You gotta live in your truth. And a lot of our parents were, just doing stuff and in, a lot of these relationships because of obligations or because of, the kids, trying to make it work for the kids, but internally they weren't on the same level. I'm going to read that truth card. What guidance or advice do you need? Same cards. So we have well-being and spirit guide. So your being, it's like, this is all for your well-being. And it's almost like I said, spirit is guiding us. Spirit, look at the hand, turning the wheel. Spirit is only going to guide you to what is best for you, because it wants the best for you. But we have truth and dreams. So pay attention to your dreams. That has been coming up a lot lately. So try to pay attention to your dreams. If you have to, keep a dream journal. If that works for you. If you're a person that can't remember your dreams, you don't have to, but try to keep a dream journal, because it seems like that's how spirit is going to be connecting with you. If you can remember, then that's fine. But it's like, as soon as if you wake up, just jot down what the dream was about. And depending on how often you dream, you can put the messages together that, spirit is trying to get to you. Because like I said, it's all for your well-being. It's not for anything else. So I'm going to read this truth card. And then that'll be that. So it says the magical guidance. Be honest, not only with others, but also with yourself. It's time to face the facts. Otherwise, the truth may be revealed in a way you may not wish it to be. For the truth will come out. It always does. Better that you confess sooner rather than later, in order to avoid a bigger confrontation than you can handle. Remember that when you keep the truth from others or speak untruthfully, your energy lowers and your light fades. It's time to release the heavy burden of secrecy. However, if you've been deliberately misled, remember that no one deserves to be in your life if they think that you aren't worthy enough to be told the truth. Let the truth set you free. The magical meanings of this card: check in with and trust your intuition. Someone is hiding something from you. Admit the truth before someone does. Live and speak your truth. So like I said, this could be, if this Queen of Pentacles energy isn't this Empress, it could be somebody that, just isn't, that's, it's a very selfish energy. So they're only out for self. And this could be someone that you're connected to, maybe even in a relationship with or work with. But they're only out for self. And it's like they're trying to keep you busy so that you don't see what they're doing by, throwing things at you that have you questioning your intuition. And even so, like, the high priestess is secret. So it's like they're trying to keep you stuck by holding on to their secrets. But like this card says, the truth comes to light. And justice is here. You just have to, almost, this is too, believe in what you see as this Queen of Swords. So however it resonates for you, believe what you see. And this is these meanings are not any way accusatory, but it's something that, could be hidden from you. So that's why Spirit is trying to get you to free yourself from this information. Or, from this Eight of Swords. This mental energy, so that you can be clear enough and open enough to let that intuition flow through naturally. Because it's almost like you can feel it. Because if you wasn't feeling it, you wouldn't be in this energy of the Five of Cups. And they could be like even, creating obstacles and conflict to keep you stuck. But like I said, the Wheel of Fortune is here and justice, and it's here to get you out of that. They could be like trying to present something to you. Because it's almost like they look stable, because from the Ace to the 5 is the 4 of Wands. So it's like almost like an illusion of looking stable, but it's like, no, you need to look at it from a different perspective. So you can see that they're actually this energy and don't want you to see it. If this is another person. But that was the weekly. I hope it resonated for some of you. And, if it wasn't your story, it just wasn't your story this week, and that's fine. But like I always say, take what resonates and leave the rest. And, sending out love and light to you all this week, and hope that everyone, has a positive week. And, let's just keep, moving forward on this journey. All right. So as always, thank you. And I will see you all on the next one. All right. Later.